Greetings, and today I desire to talk to you about the people of our church. But before I do that, I must tell you why, what for, how, where am I, who am I? What is the purpose of our church, of our religion or our philosophy? I'm not exactly sure how to classify it, so that's up to you, you decide. Anyways, the purpose of our ideology is to make people use obsession pragmatically. You know that we believe in ascension and insanity. Insanity is when obsessions take control over a person and lead them to the way of our indulgence that destroys them. And we have ascension, where people detach themselves from obsessions and are able to control their creative impulses, which makes them immune from addiction and capable of using the positive energy from indulgence in any obsession or any desire to fuel their actions during achievement of their goals, whatever the goals are. So there are three ways it can be pulled off. First is the way of a member. Members are people who simply achieved ascension and use it to fuel their actions, and use the positive emotions of desires to fuel their actions without getting attached to these desires. The second way is the way of a priest. A priest is a helper, a scholar in a way, who studies the causes of obsessions, the causes of the three emotions of madness, the ways they can manifest themselves, the desires they can birth, and of course a priest studies the way of avoiding development of addiction and helps people reach ascension. So a priest is a scholar, a helper who digs deeper in the nature of madness. And the third way is madness acolytes. An acolyte of madness is a person who mindfully chooses an obsession or a desire to be the formational force in their life. The reason why that is because life is inherently meaningless. We are not born with an instruction of what to do and how to achieve that specific what. And because we have no instruction, we have no inherent purpose of me or a meaning, we are free to do whatever the hell we want. So an acolyte of madness analyzes their personal feelings, looks for what they like the most, and decides that that thing, that desire, is supposed to be the force that shapes their life in a certain way. For a maniac example, let's say there's a person, an acolyte of madness, who enjoys cooking. So the person is supposed to study cuisines of the world, alternative ways of cooking, should dedicate their life to the art of culinary. For example, becoming a chef or a cook, or going to the food industry. Or let's take a demented example, when a person is obsessed with the pleasure of flesh. Bodybuilding, yoga courses. There are many ways to indulge in pleasure of flesh and receive pragmatic results from it, aesthetic and sensual pleasure, and make it the purpose of life. Because the meaning of life is nowhere specific, it is in our heads. So we have members who use desires to fuel their activities. We have priests who help people perform it better, who help people notice the dangers. Basically, priests are the helpers. And we have acolytes of madness, the people who use madness as the force that knows better and that can give them purpose, joy, and pragmatic results. Acolytes of madness serve as the living proof that life is meaningless, that purpose of life is inside one's head, and that it is okay to be who you want to be and to do things you want to enjoy. Thank you for your attention, and I wait for you in the Church of Madness. Also, I want to sincerely apologize for some erratic and clumsy movements I make. I have a problem with my cerebellum. It is a little underdeveloped, so my motoric functions and coordination of bodily movements is not perfect. I'm sorry. Or not, I don't have to excuse for this. If you are disappointed with this, then fuck you, go and die. Ew.